So, thanks for coming along today. I'm Lynn. I'm a nurse. I've got lots of typing to do, lots of questions to ask. We ask these questions of everybody. I'll be looking at you when I'm typing. Do you live in a house or a flat? Is it semi-detached or a terraced house? And do you have steps to your front door? And is your bedroom up the stairs or down the stairs? And do you have a toilet up the stairs and down the stairs? And do you have a bath or a shower? And who do you live with? And do you have friends? Do you have good days and bad days? Do you have good days and bad days? Do you have good days and bad days?
I wouldn't use the word good days.
Do you have bad days and worse days?
Yeah, probably 2 or 3 bad days a week, 4 or 5 worse days.
How do you feel on bad days?
Quite spaced out, exhausted doing simple things. I have a shower, I have to sit on the floor wrapped in a towel before I can dry myself.
How do you feel on the worst days?
It's like my bones are vibrating. It's like my bones are vibrating. I just get out of breath, just turning over, just turning over. Sometimes I can't move. It's like my bones are vibrating. It's like my bones are vibrating. I just get out of breath, just turning over, just turning over. Sometimes I can't move.
In this kind of grey big sea of things I can't control. It used to be better, in fact, it's got worse.
Like, it is just actually going to be impossible at some point.
Whenever I get sicker, I kind of have to spend a little while being frustrated and sad while I adjust to it.
What does it mean to be a human being?
Living in small universes like that.
Having to maintain like constant watchful care of a condition which will not relent.
It's really scary to be this sick, and now I'm on all the good meds. So
And I think even on the days when they can't fight, you just breathe. We've got to own up to the fact that we are all beasts as well.
It's quite an interesting experience. It's like, you think you're fine? No, you're not.
it takes away all those coping mechanisms that you spent 10 years building, and then you have to build new ones. And I know I can build new ones. I know I can cope with this. I've coped with it before.
You're right there, you're still going.
Do you know what I mean? It's sort of like, you can think about things, but then you need to stop thinking about them. She just says there's no evidence that the recording was requested, and there's no evidence that the recording took place. And I'm just like, well, how can what can I do in that situation? 'Cause what she wrote down wasn't what I said, and that's like a problem. I just wanted the tribunal to know.
And are you working just now?
Yes,
And is it from home that you work?
yes,
And, are you self-employed or is somebody employing you?
self-employed,
You drink alcohol?
really,
You smoke?
no,
You drink alcohol, right? And do you drive? How often do you drive in a week?
Maybe once or twice, 'cause often I don't feel like safe to drive. And I crashed my car in February, so now I'm careful not to drive if I don't feel safe. Like my cognitive, like my cognitive, like my cognitive, yeah. So now I'm careful not to drive if I don't feel safe. Like my cognitive, like my cognitive, like my cognitive, yeah. So that's probably like 5 or 6 days a week where I won't leave the house.
How did you get to assessment today?
My friend brought me.
I'm not disabled. I'm fine. I'm not disabled. I'm fine. I'm not disabled. I'm fine. I'm fine. I'm not disabled. I'm fine. I'm fine. Maybe I'm actually disabled.
Chronically ill people around me were saying, no, that word is terrible. That word means giving up. And I was like, no, this word means...
For me, it's just kind of like, it's not a bad thing to be disabled.
It's quite difficult to admit to yourself that you are disabled. And there's a whole sort of way of being and a way of thinking.
I mean, they use phrases like catastrophic disability.
I was really scared to have to it was like I didn't know how to take on all of that, like
going, no, disability isn't a dirty word. This is a thing that you can grab with both hands and use to make your life better.
Be able to welcome these, on some level, fairly terrible things into your life.
It's not a positive experience, but it can give positive things.
Disabled people are mega experts on resilience. It's fuck resilience.
It was this, superhuman, on a pedestal view of disability.
I have an impairment, but I don't have a disability because that thing does not exist.
It's fuck resilience.
I am disabled in my career, in my economic chances.
Be able to welcome these, on some level, fairly terrible things into your life.
Holding joy and despair in tension.
We get on with it because we don't have the choice.
Because there are just certain little nuances about our existence.
Not great, but at the same time, it's not a tragedy. And I think that we like to sort of see disability as a tragedy, as like a tragic story.
Is the old school narrative of vulnerability, which is deeply harmful to disabled people.
Because my life is never going to be ordinary. I can't do ordinary things. My life is never going to be ordinary. I can't do ordinary things.
Are you able to make yourself a piece of toast?
No, 'cause I can't eat wheat.
And are you able to ever chop up your own vegetables?
Some days.
Are you able to lift pots?
Some days, maybe 2 days. Reaching into the cupboard and getting the pot makes my arms quite tired. And then once there's stuff in the pot, I couldn't lift it, not on my worst days. I don't eat then. On my worst days, I probably wouldn't eat a meal.
You'd eat snacks? What sort of snacks do you like?
Usually fruit. Bananas are really easy. Apples are quite tiring, usually fruit. Bananas are really easy. Apples are quite tiring.
Do you use special cutlery or normal cutlery?
Just normal.
Are you able to cut your food up?
Yeah.
Do you have any issues with choking?
No.
Are you able to take your medication on your own?
I quite often forget to get to order the medication. And yeah, sometimes I can't get to the pharmacy, so I'll order it, but then I'm not well enough to go and pick it up for maybe 2 weeks, and it's just sitting in the pharmacy.
So, are you able to get the medication out of the packaging?
Yeah.
We know the world isn't built for us.
Amount of extra admin involved in being disabled.
Doesn't matter how many times you cheer me on and tell me that I can do it. I just need you to sort of fucking lift that up, like.
I have to spend so much time fighting for the stuff that I need to do my job that I don't know how time to do my job.
The lights are so bright.
So, like, you have to be aware of the ground so much more. I think with my family, I have a tendency to mask a lot more and push myself a lot more.
How can I appear as uncomplicated as possible? As uncomplicated as possible. As uncomplicated as possible. You know, the way in which a lot of work I talk about myself, graft, has to be work and a lot of kind of fine-tuned, you know, anxiety, pain, is invisible. You know, anxiety gear you up in such a way that you do appear to gear your body way you do. You know, the way in which I talk about myself, you know, the way in which kind of fine-tuned about myself has to be kind of fine-tuned for particular audiences.
Do I mention it? Do I mention it? Do I not mention it? Yeah, do I mention it? Do I not mention it? Do I mention it? Do I not mention it?
The way in which...
Oh, you want to get on the train? Do I mention it? Oh, you better give us 24 hours notice. Oh, well, you better give us 24 hours notice.
The fact that
I have to spend so much time fighting for the stuff that I need to do my job that I don't have time to do my job.
Yeah, and you can sometimes see it in people's faces. Do I mention it?
You have to try and bend yourself into the appropriate pretzel shape to fit in their little boxes.
And then they don't know what it costs. And then they don't know what it costs.
Because of all of these layers that I was putting on myself.
A particular kind of charming, a particular harmless person, charming, a particular kind of harmless person, charming,
we know the world isn't built for us.
You have to try and bend yourself into the appropriate pretzel shape to fit in their little boxes.
Christian, yeah, I think there's a degree of fighting that goes on all the time.
Absolutely. Yeah. Well, again, we're performing a role.
So looking at getting washed. Do you have a shower or do you have a bath in the morning?
Usually a shower, 'cause a bath just makes me more tired.
Okay.
it's quite hard to get out of.
So looking at the last 2 weeks, how many showers have you had?
What is it today?
Tuesday.
I had one on Sunday, and probably it was Thursday before that. And then I don't remember.
Are you able to wash every part of your body?
Yes, but it's very tiring. Doing my hair and all this. Putting my arms up is tiring.
Do you use anything to help you aid-wise? We've got your stool thing in the shower. Have you got anything else? Do you use any other thing to help you get washed?
I use an electric toothbrush, 'cause my arms get tired brushing my teeth.
Okay.
I don't know if that counts.
Not really, no. Okay, getting dressed. Are you getting dressed every day of the week?
No.
Are you having pajama days?
Yeah.
So how many pajama days are you having in a week?
5 or 6, I would say. Most days I don't get dressed unless I have to go somewhere.
So you get dressed?
Only if I have to go somewhere.
When you're wearing your clothes, are you wearing clean clothes?
Am I wearing clean clothes?
Yeah.
Generally, yeah.
Okay.
So, my neighbor Carol comes in and does my washing once a week.
Are you able to dress yourself independently?
Yeah.
Are you able to do all
On days when I can get dressed, I can do it by myself.
Okay. Are you able to do up buttons and zips?
Yeah.
So, looking at communication.
Could I have a glass of water, please? Having to explain yourself, telling somebody everything about my life, telling somebody everything about my life. I don't want to tell them I don't wash every day.
Go and find the disabled community. Go and find the disabled community. Go and find the disabled community because they will save your life. They will change things. They will teach you many things. Just how to survive in a world that's not made for you.
Before I did come into contact with the disabled community, it was very much a thing of believing I was weak, incapable. It's such a relief to find other people who have that understanding. Like finding a family I didn't know I had. Validating and comfortable, the chance to exhale. It's taught me to keep moving forwards, to not be afraid, to ask for what I need. And I don't have to do anything or go through anything alone.
And also it brings you a community of people who have nothing in common apart from the fact that we're lumped together by enabled society. But that process brings friends.
Do you have a mobile phone?
Yeah.
And are you able to speak to people on your mobile phone?
Generally I prefer not to, because the concentration you need to understand what people are saying over the phone, it wipes me out.
Great. And are you able to surf the internet on your mobile phone?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, so looking at engaging, are you able to have people come and visit you at your home?
Yeah.
Are you able to ever visit people at their homes?
Yeah.
Okay, are you able to speak to people face to face?
Yeah.
Okay, moving on.
Just about face to face, sorry. But sometimes I don't really have the cognitive ability to talk to people, or just find it very stressful to understand what people are saying. And it's easier just to, either text someone, so then I've got a record of what happened, or just not communicate, cause, or just not communicate, cause, or just not communicate, cause, or just not communicate, cause,
Okay, right, budgeting. Do you have a bank account?
Yeah.
And are you aware of the cost of items you would buy in a shop?
Yeah.
Are you taking any anxiety medication?
Yeah.
Okay. Have you adjusted that recently?
It's been increased.
So, have you ever been out of the house alone?
Yeah.
When were you last out alone?
Sunday, I think.
And, how often are you going out of your house?
Maybe once, twice a week.
Very good. And where are you going?
Just to the supermarket.
Yeah. So when you're going on a journey, like, for instance, to the supermarket, do you have any symptoms before you go? When you're on the journey, or when you get home?
I suppose I'm just kind of constantly assessing whether I can do it, so it won't be like a thing that I know I'm going to do. I'd be thinking, oh, I might be able to go to the shops this afternoon. And if I feel like I've got enough energy to safely get there and do it, and safely get back, then I'll go.
When you're in a shop and you need something off the shelf, would you normally come out of your wheelchair and put it down?
It depends on, how I feel. Depends on how heavy it is. Depends on where it is. And it depends who else is around.
Okay, so I'm gonna say you're able to to stand up to reach items.
It depends on like how I feel. Depends on how heavy it is. Depends on where it is. And it depends who else is around. It depends on like how I feel. Depends on how heavy it is. Depends on where it is. And it depends who else is around.
And so, but not always having to be the happiest, very well adjusted coping one. As human beings, I think we're meant to be dependent on each other. I think that's how we connect.
But then there is value to the person who helps.
But of course, becoming ill, you have to give up that control. But of course, becoming ill, you have to give up that control. You know, we definitely have control issues as a species. You know, we definitely have control issues as a species. But of course, becoming ill, you have to give up that control. You know, we definitely have control issues as a species. We cannot guarantee, we cannot give dates, we cannot plan in terms of, cannot guarantee, we cannot give dates, we cannot plan, cannot guarantee, yes, I'll be okay, we cannot plan in terms of, yes, I'll be okay on this day, or no, I won't.
It's like, is the value of life your nurturing human relationships? It's like, is the value of life your nurturing human relationship? Is the value of life how beautiful your garden is?
We still haven't worked out why we call sex for being productive.
The weird thing is, I don't care about 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 other people not working. The weird thing is, I don't care about other people not working.
It's like, is the value of life your...
Be fine, it doesn't mean the world is going to fall apart if those rigid structures aren't in place.
You need time for a nap in there somewhere.
We were the Research and Development Department of Human Nature.
Yeah, I might be able to stand up.
Abel's concepts of time and place.
But that's only made possible by the fact that.
And we're told as adults, you know, you mustn't slouch, you mustn't sit a certain way.
We cannot guarantee, we cannot lie down, we cannot plan in terms of, yes, I'll be okay on this day, or no, I won't. Yeah, well, you have to give up that control.
People stop expecting that stuff of me, which is really cool because I think society's expectations mostly are shit and just make people miserable.
So from the reception into this room is 40 meters.
Yeah.
How far do you think you would be able to walk?
To the door there.
10 meters.
But then I'd be in pain. So it's not.
Okay. And what type of pace would it be? Would it be a slow pace or a normal pace?
Slow.
And do you need any aids when you walk?
I've got 2 sticks that I use.
And if you had a rest for 2 or 3 minutes, would you be able to repeat that 10-meter journey?
No, because when I use the sticks, it puts pressure on your shoulders, provokes ache in my arms. It makes my arms really sore. The next day, I wouldn't be able to lift my arms
So when would you be able to repeat your journey?
Maybe the next day.
So 2 days later, okay. So how many meters do you think you walk from the house to the car?
I reckon about 10 meters.
Right, 10 meters to the car from the house. And then when you get to Asda or Tesco's, what did you say again about walking?
No, I just get my chair out.
Okay, chair out, and you just start, okay.
Or get someone else to get my chair out.
Right, so you go into the supermarket, is it twice a week?
No, maybe once a week.
Once or twice a week,
Yeah, and then I might go to the local shop, which is closer once a week.
Okay, and how long do you spend in a shop?
5 minutes.
And how often do you go to your GP?
Maybe once or twice a year. Not very often. They're not very helpful.
Okay, go to the doctor. 15 meters from the house to the car. How far would it be from the car to the GP's room?
Maybe 30 meters. But I take the chair.
Okay. Are you going out the house for any other reason? Are you visiting your friends?
Yeah. We see each other. Maybe once a year, I think.
Do you go to see your neighbors? How do you go to see her?
I'd probably walk. It's about the same distance.
So how often would you go to their house?
Maybe once every 2 weeks.
Okay.
So have a cup of tea and play with the dog.
That sounds good.
I don't mean to be rude, but is there much more? I'm so tired.
Well, we're getting there.
I'm sorry, I'm just so tired.
I am actually putting my foot down about it, and I'm naming it as humiliation. I am actually putting my foot down about it, and I'm naming it as humiliation.
Please don't take this off me or I'll die. Why the fuck should I have to prove it to you? You don't deserve that.
There are consequences to persecuting disabled people. We're not just going to just lie down and die just because they want us to.
You don't deserve that. You don't deserve this. You don't deserve that. You don't deserve this.
It's a response to being perpetually beaten down, and I'm naming it as humiliation.
That kind of thing is just a result of sort of faceless machinery of
It's about lost lives, wasted lives, and I'm naming it as humiliation.
Trying not to die over here.
There's been this whole thing about scroungers. I am actually putting my foot down about it. I am actually putting my foot down about it, and I'm naming it as humiliation.
People have died and people have taken their own lives.
And he's looking at me thinking, you fucking cripple.
Society being horrified at me in different ways.
And I'm naming it as humiliation.
And therefore I am a prompt to those who want to create an ableist society.
And then people start to think, oh, what are disabled people? Or if only we had less of them.
And we've seen that is approached with the DNRs.
Fucking shit. That is gonna be you one day.
I'm going to try this for 5 minutes and see how it goes.
We tried to protest about it, but They don't care because all they care about is money.
So it's not a finance thing, it's an ideological thing.
I am actually putting my foot down about it. I am actually putting my foot down about it. And I'm naming it as humiliation.
Maybe I'll get a letter tomorrow.
So as you disabled people on the fire to enable whether they're going to be appeased.
Symptoms we talked about: fatigue,
Yeah.
tiredness,
Yeah.
anything else?
Memory loss. Migraines, heart palpitations, dizziness, weakness in my limbs, pain in my arms and hips, like intestine, like reactions to different foods, like stomach cramp and diarrhea, which has only come on since I had the diagnosis.
And it affects you every day.
Yeah.
And is there anything that triggers that?
Really anything?
Do you ever have suicidal thoughts?
Is that the next question?
No, just decided to ask that.
Yeah.
I'm nearly finished.
Someone looked at me dead in the face and said, "If I was you, I'd kill myself." And I could tell from their tone of voice that they thought this was a compliment, like,
They're running so hard away from something that they're actually falling back into it harder than we do.
We remind people of death, we remind people of their untimely demise.
Oh my God, this is what's happening, whether across history, across culture, across time.
And these are difficult things, they just ignore them.
We've given too much truth, perhaps.
So I think we are hated because we represent their possible future.
And they don't disabled people have known this for quite some time, that Mother Nature fucks with us.
People hate disabled people. They loathe us.
People always have to find a scapegoat, don't they? Particularly in these very difficult, tense times. Oh my God, this is what's happening, whether across history, across culture, across time.
And that you're aware of possible repercussions if people think you're playing disabled.
What was I doing outside in the first place?
I'm so angry about it. And I'm so afraid.
And I am utterly terrified that I'm about to be attacked because, and the only reason is because I'm disabled. be disabled at this point in time is just to constantly live in fear of the future.
And that you're aware of possible repercussions if people think you're faking things.
We remind people of death, we remind people of their untimely demise.
There but for the grace of God. Phrase, isn't it?
No matter what you were like when you were alive, people would say, oh, they never complained.
Anna lives in an end terraced house, has 2 steps leading to the front door. Bedroom is upstairs, has a mattress on the floor in the living room for when she is not strong enough to get upstairs. Has a toilet upstairs, has a shower over the bath, lives alone, has friends and family that live nearby. Feels like her bones are vibrating. Did not appear to be trembling. No evidence of cognitive impairment. Does not look tired. GP states she's affected badly. However, observation was normal. Therefore, she can stand and then move more than 20 meters. She was tearful at the end, but coped well. Therefore, she is able to complete this task unaided. She reports eating something every day. She is of average build, therefore she will be able to complete this task unaided. A good rapport with the assessor, therefore she will be able to complete this task unaided. She is not experiencing overwhelming anxiety. Therefore, she will be able to complete this task unaided. She was observed to sit and rise from the chair unaided. She is not experiencing overwhelming anxiety.
Thank you for your email. Your correspondence will be passed to the appropriate team. You coped well. You behaved normally. You eat something every day. I have considered what your needs are. You are noted to look well and be of average build. You have stated that you cannot. I have decided that you can.
Now, with
usually do a little movement test in your seat.
Hi, this is Hannah. Thanks so much for listening. This is the last part of the test.
How would you feel about trying to do it?
Will you do this with me?
We start at inclusive English.
Will you dance with me in your chair?
So we'll just see how you go on, and if you don't feel you can turn to me, okay?
Just dance where you are or in your head. No one will check.
So, can you put your shoulder into your chest? And can you lift your head up and look at the ceiling? Gently does it. Look towards the door. Can you put your ear down slightly towards your shoulder? And then the other way again. That's good. Can you put your arms out in front of you like that? And your hands like that? Then make your fingers like that. Just okay. Can you push up against me and down? Push up and down. Okay. Put one hand on your head and the free hand down behind your back. Put your arms down on your knees. Can you push yourself towards me? Can you have one hand like that? That's it. And cross the other one back over like that. Put one leg out in front of you. Okay. The other one. Okay. Gently does it. Slowly does it. Slowly does it. Okay.
Various stages of body and various meanings of body and various states of being with our body, and we move across that.
And I also don't want to be cured, and I want to be who I am now. And I also don't want to be cured, and I want to be who I am now. What's it mean to be a human being? What's it mean to be a human being?
No, I think I like my life as it is right now, and I couldn't imagine it any different. No, I think I like my life as it is right now, and I couldn't imagine it any different.
It's about building a new way of living.
Is the value of life how peaceful your garden is? Is the value of life how peaceful your garden is?
How totally cool is the internet? How totally cool is the internet? How totally cool is the internet? I've done so many totally awesome things. I've done so many totally awesome things.
Or do we want to have this kind of, no, we are not hierarchical structure. We now need to be moving towards a new phase around the future.
Technological advances mean that I'm able to live as a cyborg. Technological advances mean that I'm able to live as a cyborg. Advances mean that I'm able to live as a cyborg. Advances mean that I'm able to live as a cyborg. I can choose kind of what I make of it.
and it's one of the only choices that I have left. So I can choose to, I can choose kind of whatever. I have that, and that thing that it's one of the only choices that I have left. Great big sea of things like you know, at least I have that thing that I can control in this kind of great big sea of things I can't control. How totally cool is the internet? How totally cool is the internet? I've done so many totally cool is the internet. I've done so many totally awesome things. I've done so many totally awesome things.
Various stages of body and various meanings of body and various states of being with our body, and we move across that. I'm aware I'm not answering your question, but I'm just dancing in another space.
Thank you for dancing.
I'm not outside of society because society by definition is like all the people.
We are all dancing. We are all dancing.
Of course, I'm not outside of society because society by definition is like outside of society because society by definition is like all the people.
Thank you for listening.
The department is not able to comment upon the content of any alleged recording. Should the claimant produce this evidence at the tribunal, I submit that it is not clear this recording constitutes reliable evidence of what happened at the medical examination. I would also question whether it was in the public interest for it to be admitted as evidence.